he could just go in and make all the right plays defensively and offensively?
Yeah, no, I thought he played really well, and he doesn't have his timing yet. He's out for quite a bit, but he's fighting through things, and his shot making ability puts a lot of pressure on people, and it opens things up. And then, of course, his ability to draw fouls. But I thought that whole group, the way they fought, particularly the group at the end of the third quarter, they got us going. We got the ball moving a little bit, started making plays for each other. We knocked down a couple threes, and then the defense took off after that. So then this team puts a lot of pressure on you, and we found a way to win. We didn't play great, but we found a way to win. And I love the fight of the team.
Next question comes from Bruce Beck, NBC.
Tom, how do you explain 4 out of 5 and doing it really well on the road? What do you attribute the way this ball club's playing?
Well, I think, the togetherness is a big part of it. And I think the willingness to share the ball and to play hard for each other. And it starts with our defense and the rebounding. We still have to get our turnovers down, but I think just the overall way that they're playing for each other, I think that's a big part of winning. And so they come in, they work every day. We're not perfect. We have a lot of work to do. Concentrate on the improvement now, and we have to learn from every game. So we won the game, but obviously there were things that we could do a lot better. And that's what we'll focus on. When we go home, there's another challenge waiting for us.
Next question comes from Ian Bagley, SNY.
Tom, sorry, I jumped in here a minute late, so I apologize if you were asked this already, but obviously you stay with Quickly the whole fourth quarter. What have you learned about him, since you've started coaching him that led you to be comfortable playing him in those moments?
He can shoot. No, he's a great, just the way he approaches the game, attitude, approach. He does have that one skill that opens everything up, and he's a student of the game. Every day he's getting better and better. I think when you're as intelligent as he is, you'll pick up things quickly, and that's what he's done. And then we were searching, we were struggling, and we found a group that got going, and we were riding with them. So, as I said, the big thing was just finding a way to win. Of course, Julius had a monster game, and I thought the way Mitch is playing, particularly in his pick and roll defense, it's special, and he makes our team different when he's on the floor.
Next question comes from Chris Eisman, The Record.
Hey, Tom, what has stood out to you about what Austin Rivers has been able to do and what kind of he's brought to your team so far?
Well, a lot, same thing, because it's, and he ended up guarding Young quite a bit in the second half. So you start with his defense and then his ability to make a shot. But the big thing is his ability to break you down off the dribble. And so I think that's critical for our team. And he made a huge shot, made some big plays for us, and his experience. He's been around. He understands, what it takes to win. He understands the difference between the first 3 quarters and the fourth quarter, and the intensity that's involved. So he's added a lot, particularly now where we're shorthanded. And so, I think as he becomes more familiar with the system and everything, his teammates, he'll be terrific. And of course, I think he and RJ put a lot of pressure on people. You throw Quickly in there, and Alfred's played really, really well for us as well. We got a lot of guys that, as I said, they're playing for each other. They're tied together defensively, but offensively, their willingness to share is huge.
Next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Yeah, Tom, I got a little late here. But were you asked about Nerlens Noel and his availability all of a sudden not there, and how you had to scrap without having any depth up front?
Mark, I'm sorry, you faded in and out. Can you repeat that, please?
Nerlens Noel and his late injury, how were you able to deal with it, and when did you find out, and how were you able to scrap through despite not having any big man depth.
Yeah, and he got nicked up in the last game, and we thought, the day off, and we thought he would be able to go. And then when he warmed up tonight, he didn't feel quite right, so we felt it was just better to rest in this situation, and he'll be examined when he gets back to New York.
Next question comes from Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Tom, I know you said you're never satisfied, but is there a part of you that is maybe surprised at how you guys are finishing some of these games and winning, 4 or 5 this early in the season? I don't think many predicted that it would happen this quickly.
Yeah, the thing is I go by really how we practice, and I felt like we started to practice really well, and then I started to see carryover in the game. And then we're not perfect. There's mistakes that we're making out there. But I think when you play hard and you play for each other, you can cover up for those things. And then if you concentrate on the improvement, good things could happen. And just to understand what it takes to win in this league. And the big thing is if you defend and you rebound and you take care of the ball, you're going to be in position to win. And that's what we did tonight. We hung around and then we made a run late and we found a way to win it. So we want our team to be mentally tough, physically tough, emotionally tough, and you can only get that by working.
Our last question comes from Mike Vorkunov, The Athletic.
Hey, Tom, before the game, you said of Trae Young's ability to draw fouls, it's interesting. What are you thinking when Manuel has kind of shown an ability to do similar things, including to Trae in this game? And is that something that you as a staff have taught him, or is that something kind of he's brought on his own?
No, I think if you went back to Kentucky, I think that's one of the things I liked about him in watching him play there was his ability to draw fouls. And then, and our staff has done a good job of having him watch the guys that are drawing fouls. And like I said, the big thing is he's a real student of the game. So, he's watched quite a bit of Trae Young. And the one thing about NBA players, they're very intelligent. They're always going to figure out how the game is being refereed and how they can take advantage of things. And so, and some guys have really mastered it. And so what happens is that, the other players in the league, they watch it and then they're going to take advantage of it. So, I know what the rule book states, and, and that's why you want to teach fundamentals. And, some guys get calls, some guys don't. But I think what Quick has done is, and it's all set up with the shooting ability, because you have to be up.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.